There's tension at the Tema Oil Refinery this morning because the General Transport, Petroleum and Chemical Workers Union is demanding the immediate dissolution of the board of directors. They say they are incompetent and corrupt. We've got details as the aggrieved workers say they cannot guarantee the safety of the board members under the current circumstances. Let's cross over live now to the Tema Oil Refinery, where leadership of the General Transport, Petroleum and Chemical Workers Union is addressing the press.
The company are not happy with certain decisions being made by the board and management, and so they are here to address the press and tell us specifically what their concerns are.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, on this special 60th anniversary year of Tema Oil Refinery, we, the General Transport, Petroleum and Chemical Workers Union of TUC, would wish to outline the great achievement of TOR since its board of directors were commissioned to secure a credible strategic partner for TOR some 18 months ago. Interestingly, not only is the board of directors micromanaged by Mr. Adumako, the board chairman, Mr. Apinting, and Ms. Sapara Grant, showing and demonstrated the high level of incompetence. But their continuous stay in office is a disgrace to the integrity of the appointing authority and a drain to the public purse. For their 18 months in office, these individuals have tolerated and wasted our time over an entity whose incorporated name started with Decimal Capital Vitor, then changed to Bedbridge Asset Management Limited, later to Torenco Asset Management, and now Tema Energy Processing Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, all the changes or evolution of names are screwed under the presence of a new SPV to cover one scandal or the other. A responsible citizen and a key internal stakeholder of this refinery who shares in the president's charge for citizenship and not spectators. We want to bring to your attention to the latest development with a particular entity, Torenco Asset Management Limited. As it stands now, due to the damning finding of due diligence reports, the surrogate of Torenco, wearing the clothes of TOR board, has allowed 40% to CAD investment holding, 40% to Torenco and 20% to TOR Workers Charity Trust. Some of the board, particularly Mr. Apinting and Mr. Adongo, the union chairman of Unicof, who are part of this formation of the new company, have begun to incite our members, inducing them to break and divide the union to join Unicof, to enable them to continue with what they are doing. This has brought a lot of anger among the workers. By this, we want to inform the authorities that they should take action to ensure peace, because we can no longer contain the anger of our people. Never. And we can also not guarantee the safety of these individuals. Yes. Also, if an individual wants to share shares to a company, the basic line is to float your shares at the Ghana Stock Exchange for individuals and companies to take advantage of it. But it is not for a company seeking a new contract to give shares to workers. This new phenomenon of giving shares to workers is nothing to write home about, especially when the shares is dependent on profit the company makes before an individual can benefit. In this case, the new company is here to be given a contract. So on what basis or what profit can be shared or a percentage to a worker? We want to state that we will not be used as a channel to seek for their contract. What we want the state is that per the due diligence report, they don't have the financial capability, the technical know-how, anything whatsoever to secure the contract. They should revisit the report and address the issue raised in the due diligence report. Until then, we will not allow them to take over, since Torenco is the only viable entity to handle the contract. Why is management and the board not coming out openly to look for partners who are fit for the takeover, but rather doing these things clandestinely. Ladies and gentlemen, this mischievous attempt by these actors, who also double as board of the directors, not only marks conflict of interest and inducement of workers, but also an attempt to secretly reward some compromised workers' front. Fellow Ghanaians, on the blind side of the 99% of Tema Oil Refinery workers and executive management, some few executives of TOR, local union executive UNICOF, Abu Abbas, Bright Adongo, and their cohorts, Albert Amuakun Ajay, Scott, Tivia, and Emmanuel Abankwa, have secured an agreement with Torenco to incorporate an entity by guarantee in order benefit from 20% shares in the new SPV, Tema Energy and Processing Limited, without recourse to workers and management. In our singular position, ladies and gentlemen, if this gesture or decision ticks the prudence, ethics, and conflict of interest boxes, shouldn't it have gone through management for a comprehensive workforce engagement and establishment of the right modality and the structures, unless this is just a cover-up to reward this section of workers, executives, who also double as Torenco surrogate within the refinery. Ladies and gentlemen, we are by this press release pleading with His Excellency, the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, to restore maturity in the corporate governance at all board level for integrity-driven decision. We are also calling on the President to dissolve this incompetent board. We equally seek to remind the executive management, especially the acting managing director, to do the needful with the evidence available to establish orderliness in TOR if these board members they compromise TOR UNICOF executive and their cohort should be made to freely work in the refinery. Thank you very much, and may the good Lord bless you.
So that was the chairman of the.
So you just had the group protesting and asking for the dissolution of the board of directors. Our man Carlos Caloni is still there for us and will be finishing us with all the details, especially on what the response of management is to this particular demand.